Hi, this is Mrs. LaCroix, and I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks about how to use a new app that has been downloaded to your iPad. Some of you may have noticed this before, but the app I'm talking about is right here, and it's called Easelly. To begin with, I'm going to open the app, and you will notice off the bat you're going to have to create an account. So please use your GApps and Sanford account, your email, to sign up for an account of your own. I'll go ahead and sign in. And as the app opens, you'll see that there are a few choices. So again, I'm just going to kind of go through a walkthrough on how to use this app. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start fresh with a brand new clean slate. So I'm going to open this up, and there you go, my clean canvas. So let me go over a few of the toolbars that you can use, and then we'll use an application to see what we can actually do with this. First of all, the home screen will bring you back to where we started, okay? So let's go back and open it up. It would be a good idea as you begin to go to the save, which is located right next to the home bar, and save what you're working on. So I'm going to call this number 1, just as a reference. And it's not a bad idea also, in case we have some internet glitches, to save every once in a while so you don't have to restart and do everything all over again. That has happened to me in the past, and so it's always a good idea to save things from time to time, particularly when you're finished working, or if you've done some major creation or put a lot on your canvas, you definitely want to save it. The open symbol would be if you wanted to open something particularly you've been working on, and to download would mean to download something to your photos in your scroll. So that's how you're going to actually, like before you would email to your teacher, you can save it in your iPhotos. All right, so let's look at the bottom of your toolbar. I'm looking at this area right here. These are some different things you could put on your infographic. If I push on the objects, you'll see a bunch of different categories show up, which can be scrolled through. All right, so you have transportation, and you can scroll and find more things to put on. And you've got people, and again, you can scroll through and see different people you might want to put on your canvas. You've got nature, you've got some musical things you can add. And there are maps. And let's see, we've got landmarks, icons, great symbols to use. And you've got a few food items. You've got some different banners. And then you have animals. All right. Also, if you look next to the objects, the next thing you're going to see is backgrounds. And obviously what this is going to do, when you click on that, you can change the background color or pattern on your canvas. And all you need to do is point to something and then drag it right up onto your, release it, and there you go. So this starts a nice template right here. So whatever you want to try. Okay. It really gives it a nice canvas to work on. Okay. As we move along to the next item on the thing, we see that we have shapes. And obviously you've got different arrows. You've got squares, ovals, circles, triangles, banners, etc. In order to use any of these things, all you need to do is pick it up and drag it right to your screen. Okay, pretty easy. If you don't want it, you tap it. Notice there's a blue rectangle around the item that's being selected. You'll see a trash can right here above objects. That's how you get rid of things you don't want. So you tap it. I can trash it. If you want to tap this arrow here, let's say I want to duplicate the same object the same size. All I have to do is use this copy button right here. Click that, which I've done, and there you go. Every time I click it right here, it becomes the same size as my previous item that has been highlighted. But if I don't want it, all I do is tap the trash can and I can get rid of it. Okay. If I want to make this bigger, I'll use 2 fingers to stretch it out. And I can move it wherever I would like it. Then I can use 2 fingers and also rotate however I would like, put it where I would like. Shrink it back up. I notice if you want to rotate, it's easier to make something larger. Rotate it and then shrink it to the size you want. All right. Okay. As we go along past the shapes, we have the text area, and you have 3 choices for text. You have a title, and I'm going to grab it and pull it up. And again, you're going to tap the title. You need to erase those words. And then you can type your own in. This is my title. Obviously, we want to remember that we need to, you'll need to remember to capitalize the first word in your title. Okay, so when I highlight that, if you look along here, you'll see the tools for your text. I can make it bold. I can italicize it. I can underline my title. Okay, I can change my font, and there's lots of choices on your fonts. Again, you'll have to just discover and explore this and decide what you like. And then, of course, for a title, I probably want the size to be a little larger, and I've got choices there. So, all right. Now notice, I don't know if my title's centered on my page. Check out this symbol right here. If I push that, graph paper comes right behind my canvas, and it'll help me figure out where the middle of my page is. So I can actually count the number of squares up and down and pretty much make this nice and centered. So that looks pretty good. All right, it also helped me center all my other objects. And when I push this button again, I can get rid of that. So that's what that does. All right. Let's see what else. The plus and minus sign. Okay. If I want to get in to have more detail, this is just going to give me an easier time of seeing what I'm doing, kind of like a microscope. I make it bigger and larger. Just gives me a little more detailed image of what's going on. And if I want to back out, obviously I will use the minus sign. That could be a really helpful tool to give you an overall look at what your infographic's looking like. Okay. I also have the ability to upload When I push that upload button, I can choose a file from my camera roll. So if I want to put a picture of something from my camera roll, something I've downloaded perhaps from the internet, a picture or a drawing or clip art, even something I drew, I took a picture of it, I can simply go to my camera roll and I can download something from there. Can use that. And now I've got my picture, which I can obviously manipulate like all the other objects. I can do whatever I want with that. Okay? So that's how that works with the upload button. All right. So now, if I go to this download at the top of the bar, if I go to download, my visual has now been saved in photos. Okay, so if I go to OK, and then I go to my photo, I should be able to, there it is right there, right in my pictures. Pretty slick, huh? All right. In my next video tutorial, I will show you a few other tricks I've learned along the way. But I just think also one more thing I want to show you is when I go, whoops, guess I got a dog here. When I go to the save button, I'm going to save it. All right? And now if I go home, all right, I can start fresh with a new slate, or I can go to up here, my visuals. So tomorrow, let's say I don't get the whole thing done in one day, I can go to my visuals and here it is, right here. And I can open it up and work on it the next day. So make sure you save it, and then you go home, you go to my visuals, and now I'm in the public visuals, my visuals. My visuals are right here. Okay? Terrific. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this. It's very addictive. So I'm going to log out, and I'll come back with a second video about how to get ready for your infographic for your trash excursion.